These tragedies destroyed James Garner before trying to hide the secret. James Garner was born James Scott Bumgarner on April 7, 1928, in Norman, Oklahoma, was a versatile actor who became one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. Garner's career spanned over 5 decades, and he was celebrated for his charming on-screen presence, his natural acting style, and his ability to transition seamlessly between comedy, drama, and action roles. Garner's journey from a difficult childhood to Hollywood stardom is a testament to his resilience, talent, and down-to-earth nature, which endeared him to both audiences and colleagues alike. Garner's early life was marked by hardship. His mother died when he was just 5 years old, leaving his father to raise him and his 2 brothers. The family struggled financially, and Garner often found himself working odd jobs to help make ends meet. His father remarried, but his stepmother was abusive, leading Garner to leave home as a teenager. Despite these challenges, Garner persevered, eventually joining the United States Merchant Marine at the age of 16 during World War II. Later, he would serve in the Army during the Korean War, where he earned 2 Purple Hearts for combat injuries. His military service played a significant role in shaping the man he would become: strong, resilient, and humble. After his military service, Garner returned to the United States and found himself drawn to acting, somewhat by accident. A friend convinced him to take a non-speaking role in a stage play, which sparked Garner's interest in performing. He soon moved to California and began studying acting, where he quickly caught the attention of Hollywood casting directors. His breakthrough came in 1957 when he was cast as the laid-back, wisecracking Brett Maverick in the television series Maverick. Garner's portrayal of the gambler who preferred to outwit his opponents rather than use violence became a fan favorite and established him as a leading man in Hollywood. Garner's success on Maverick led to a steady stream of roles in both film and television. In the 1960s, he starred in several popular movies, including The Great Escape, 1963, where he played a heroic scrounger helping prisoners escape from a German POW camp, and Support Your Local Sheriff. 1969, a comedic western that showcased his impeccable timing and effortless charm. His ability to play a range of characters, from action heroes to comedic leads, made him one of the most versatile actors of his time. Garner also appeared alongside some of Hollywood's biggest stars, including Steve McQueen, Julie Andrews, and Doris Day, further cementing his status as a box office draw. In 1974, Garner returned to television in the iconic role of private investigator Jim Rockford in The Rockford Files. The series was an instant hit and ran for 6 seasons, earning Garner an Emmy Award for his performance. Jim Rockford was a different kind of TV detective. He wasn't a macho action hero but a relatable, flawed, and often broke man who relied on his wits and charm to solve cases. Garner's portrayal of Rockford was groundbreaking and has since been considered one of the most beloved characters in television history. His portrayal of a down-to-earth, everyman detective resonated with audiences and influenced a generation of actors and TV writers. Beyond his impressive body of work, Garner was admired for his humility and generosity. Unlike many of his Hollywood peers, Garner remained grounded throughout his career. He was known for his loyalty to friends and co-stars and was a tireless advocate for actors' rights. In the early 1980s, Garner famously sued Universal Studios over unpaid royalties for The Rockford Files and won, setting a precedent for other actors in the industry to fight for fair compensation. His battle with the studio exemplified his belief in standing up for what was right, regardless of the personal cost. Off-screen, Garner was a devoted family man. He married Lois Clark in 1956, just 14 days after they met, and the two remained together for nearly 58 years until his death, a rare feat in Hollywood. Garner often credited Lois with being the foundation of his life and credited their long-lasting marriage to their mutual respect and shared sense of humor. The couple had 1 daughter together, Greta Gigi Garner, and James also adopted Lois' daughter from a previous marriage, Kimberly. Despite his fame, Garner always prioritized his family, maintaining a private life away from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. Garner's later years saw him continue working in film and television, though he took on fewer roles. In 1985, He was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actor for his performance in Murphy's Romance, a romantic comedy in which he starred opposite Sally Field. Garner continued to win the hearts of audiences with roles in films such as Space Cowboys, 2000, alongside Clint Eastwood, and The Notebook, 2004, in which he played the older version of Ryan Gosling's character, delivering a heart-wrenching performance that introduced him to a new generation of fans. In 2005, James Garner was honored with the Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award, a fitting tribute to a man who had contributed so much to the entertainment industry. He was also inducted into the Television Hall of Fame in 1990 and received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Despite these accolades, Garner remained modest, often deflecting praise and attributing his success to luck and timing. James Garner's autobiography, The Garner Files, a memoir, published on November 1, 2011, by Simon & Schuster, offers a deeply personal look into the life of one of Hollywood's most enduring stars. Co-written with nonfiction writer John Winokur, the memoir not only recounts Garner's illustrious career in film and television but also provides an unflinchingly honest portrayal of his difficult childhood. Born in 1928, Garner, whose real name was James Scott Bumgarner, grew up in Norman, Oklahoma. His mother died when he was just 5 years old, and his father eventually remarried. Unfortunately, his stepmother, Wilma, was abusive both physically and emotionally, a painful part of Garner's life that he discusses in the memoir with remarkable candor. The abuse shaped much of Garner's early life, forcing him to leave home as a teenager. The wounds left by his stepmother were deep, but Garner's resilience allowed him to rise above those challenges, though they left an indelible mark on him. In The Garner Files, the actor also does not shy away from sharing his often unflattering opinions of some of his colleagues in the entertainment industry. Two of the most striking assessments are of actors Steve McQueen and Charles Bronson. Garner had worked with both of these iconic stars, but he had starkly different experiences with them. He found McQueen, a rival for top billing during the 1960s, to be difficult and egocentric. Garner's portrayal of McQueen reveals a competitive, insecure figure who was always trying to assert his dominance on set. Similarly, Garner was critical of Charles Bronson, describing him as taciturn and humorless, with a difficult personality that made collaboration challenging. Garner's honesty in discussing these industry giants demonstrates his unwillingness to sugarcoat the realities of Hollywood, offering readers a rare glimpse into the often contentious relationships behind the scenes. One of the most surprising revelations in Garner's memoir, described by some as the most explosive, was his candid admission about his long-term marijuana use. Garner disclosed that he began smoking marijuana in his late teens and continued for much of his adult life. In a particularly reflective passage, he contrasts his experience with alcohol, saying that while drinking made him feel out of control, marijuana had the opposite effect. He found it calming, describing it as a substance that made him more tolerant and forgiving. This openness about marijuana was groundbreaking for a celebrity of Garner's stature, especially at a time when the public discourse around the drug was still stigmatized. Garner even credited marijuana with helping him cope with his arthritis later in life, further advocating for its legalization. In a bold statement, Garner concluded that based on his personal experience and decades of research, marijuana should be legalized, while alcohol, which he found far more destructive, should be outlawed. This stance set Garner apart as one of the few Hollywood icons willing to speak openly about drug use, long before marijuana became more widely accepted in society. Garner's autobiography also delves into the physical toll that his career took on his body, particularly during his time starring in the Rockford Files in the 1970s. Garner performed many of his own stunts on the show, which led to numerous injuries, particularly to his knees. His knee problems became so severe that he underwent 6 or 7 knee operations during the filming of the series, a grueling process that reflected the high physical demands of his roles. Despite these challenges, Garner continued to work, displaying the same toughness and resilience that characterized both his on-screen personas and his real-life personality. In 2000, after decades of knee pain, Garner finally underwent knee replacement surgery for both knees, a procedure that marked the culmination of years of physical wear and tear. In addition to his knee problems, Garner faced more serious health challenges later in life. On April 22, 1988, He underwent quintuple bypass heart surgery. Although the procedure was successful, it was a wake-up call for the actor, who had long been a smoker. Despite his doctor's advice to quit smoking after the surgery, Garner did not give up cigarettes until 17 years later, a decision that may have prolonged his recovery but did not diminish his determination to live life on his terms. Garner's smoking habit extended beyond tobacco. He also admitted in the Garner files that marijuana remained a constant in his life, and he believed it played a role in easing his various ailments, especially arthritis. Garner's health took a further downturn in 2008 when he suffered a severe stroke on May 9, which necessitated surgery 2 days later on May 11. The stroke was a serious blow, but Garner once again displayed his characteristic toughness, working through the recovery process as best he could. Although his later years were marked by these health struggles, including lingering effects from his stroke, Garner remained a beloved figure in Hollywood and by his fans around. James Garner passed away on July 19, 2014, at the age of 86, leaving behind a legacy of memorable performances and a reputation as one of Hollywood's most beloved actors. His ability to make audiences laugh, cry, and root for him across a wide variety of roles made him a unique talent in the industry. Tributes poured in from fans and fellow actors alike, with many noting his kindness, professionalism, and down-to-earth personality. In a career filled with accolades, James Garner's true achievement was the lasting impact he left on the hearts of those who watched him. His charm, wit, and authenticity continue to inspire actors and entertain audiences, ensuring that his legacy will endure for generations to come.